Hi guys, welcome to the Crazy Bookish Asians channel. If you're new here or if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So I'm Emmy. I'm one of the 4 members of the Crazy Bookish Asians, and for today I thought I'd do a video comparing e-readers. So before I got any of these e-readers, I actually watched a lot of these videos to help me make a decision. So I thought I'd pay it forward and kind of do the same. So the ebook readers I'm going to be talking about are the Kindle Paperwhite, the Kobo Clara 2E, and the iPad mini, and the one I have is the 6th generation. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is basically doing like a comparison of the 3 of them, and yeah, talk about the pros and cons of each. All right. Okay, so here they are side by side. So this is the Kobo Clara 2E. This is the Kindle Paperwhite, the latest generation. I don't know what number that is. And this is Apple iPad mini. So as you guys can see by the size, there are obviously differences. The smallest one being the Kobo Clara 2E. And then the next is the Kindle. So this one I'll take off the case because it's quite easy to take it off. But this one I can't because for some reason it's so hard to take it out of the case. Okay, so I guess I'm going to start off first with this two because these two are the closest, I guess, when it comes to e-readers, what most people would decide which one to get, I guess, you know, you can say. So this is the Kobo, which is a 6-inch display, and this is the Kindle, which is a 6.8 display. So they both are e-ink readers, which means that monochromatic, first of all. So the monochromatic e-ink, and they both have in terms of reading in different lighting, they're both pretty good whether you read outside or inside. You know, so that's one thing about e-ink is really the ease of readability in terms of wherever you are, right? And they're both, like I said, did I say they're both 300 ppi? So that's pixels per inch. So the reason I picked this two is because, well, this is actually the first one I got first, which is a Kobo Clara 2E. I got this, so that's how you turn the power on. Wait, let me start. So I got this around April, May 2023, and then I got this one in June. Okay, so what I love about this two is that they're both waterproof. That's why I ended up picking them. And yeah, like basically because they're so easy to carry around because of the small size, right? So even though this is slightly bigger in terms of actual screen size, let me see here. So this is how you turn this one on. It's not really that far off in terms of what you're actually getting in terms of the screen. So you know what, I should have done this before, but let me see if I can open an actual book so you guys can see the difference. Okay, this one here. So now you guys can also see how fast or slow it is. So that's with the Kindle, and this one for the books. See, I just open one. Yeah, so I think in terms of processing, actually opening the book, they're about the same. Although I will say sometimes the Kindle is slightly faster and the interface is a lot more user-friendly. But let me see, what else do I have here? I actually made notes. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, so okay, so this one is also made of 85% recycled plastic, and this one isn't, but the basic Kindle model, which is just slightly cheaper than this one, is also made of recycled plastic now. Okay, so that one though, the Kindle basic model, is not waterproof, so that's why I didn't bother picking that one. And in terms of price, here in Canada anyways, they're both the same. $159.99, $159.99. So what I suggest is, if you're actually looking to buy any of these two, to wait for a sale. I know Chapters, I think they put the Kobo on sale, I think 2-3 times a year. And with the Kindle, is it about the same when they have that big sale? I can't, the Prime, the Amazon Prime days, those ones, I think you can actually get them for a good price as well. So yeah, in terms of let me see, what else do I have here. So like I said, this is 6-inch and this is 6.8, both waterproof. And what else do I have? Yeah, as I said, in terms of speed, yeah, it's about the same, honestly. Although, like I said, sometimes this is slightly faster, the Kindle Paperwhite. And in terms of the file formats, I haven't tested this out myself, but I heard the Kobo actually can take more file formats than the Kindle. But I believe they both take PDF, which is what's important to me. So and yeah, that's in terms of the similarities, I guess. So okay, so in terms of which one I would prefer, okay, so you know what, let me talk about the Apple iPad mini. In terms of specs, obviously this is a lot different because this is more let me take out the, this is more, the iPad mini is more like a all encompassing, I guess, because it's like a tablet that you can do a lot of other stuff, you know, not just reading ebooks. So biggest difference would be the color screen, obviously, and the screen size, right? This one, let me see what the specs are. I believe this one says, okay, this one says 8.3 inches diagonal, so already it's a lot bigger. And the screen, as you can see, right, it's very different in terms of the actual screen size, and because obviously this one has a A15 Bionic chip, very fast, and it is, the screen is liquid retina, that's right. So that's the biggest difference with this three. All right, so in terms of just ebook readers, if you're just really wanting to get something for reading, obviously this two would be what I would recommend. But okay, so here is my opinion, because I'm in Canada. Our library is connected to the Kobo system, and it doesn't go into Kindle. And I think in the States it's quite the opposite, right? Like you can borrow library books on your Kindle, but for us, like I said, here in Canada, it's a lot different. It's tied to the Kobo. So when you go to the Discover, I hope it shows the Discover system here, the Discover icon. You can click on Overdrive. Oh, I'm already there, sorry. And you're already connected to your library, right? Like obviously you have to set that up on the settings when you first get your e-reader. But yeah, so you can borrow directly from the library here. For me, I'm in Toronto, so I'm connected to the Toronto Public Library, and it's so easy, right? So with the Kindle, you can't do that. So if you're in Canada and you are a big ebook reader from using the library system, I would recommend getting the Kobo. But if you're actually someone who loves Kindle Unlimited, and there's obviously a lot of books that you can only get on KU and not on Kobo or anywhere else, I would recommend the Kindle Paperwhite. I'm not talking about the other models, okay, because I don't have them. And yeah, like the Kindle oh my gosh, which one is that, the one that you can write on? Scribe, whatever. And then this one, also the Kobo, they have different models as well that's kind of equivalent to what Kindle has, but this isn't, or the two that I'm comparing, because in terms of specs, they are the closest. Okay. But okay, hang on a second. Okay, I am back. Anyways, Okay, so in terms of actually, if you're someone who reads not just ebooks, but graphic novels, on like books with a lot of pictures and stuff like that, if you like doing that on the ebook system as well, then okay, I don't know if you guys can see, I would recommend the Apple iPad. This is actually, I'm here on Libby right now, and this one is I connected to my Japan Foundation library. So I have here a Junji Ito graphic novel, and in terms of the speed and clarity of reading something that's graphic, I would recommend the iPad mini, just because not only is it faster, but oops, okay. I forgot this this manga has a lot of graphic stuff, but this one is a lot easier to manage, like to read as well. Okay, the only disadvantage I would say in terms of reading on the iPad mini is that obviously it's not waterproof, and also under direct sunlight it's not as easy to read. There's obviously work around it, like you can work something with the settings just to make it easier, but if you're reading a lot outside, like in the beach or something like that, then this two are what I would recommend. So, oh my god, okay, so I think I might be confusing some of you. Okay, in terms of if you can only get one, this is probably a very unpopular opinion, but if you can only get one of these, I would actually recommend the Apple iPad mini, just because you can literally do anything with it in terms of e-reading. It's faster. Even the Kindle app is a lot faster on the Apple iPad mini than the actual Kindle itself, and just because of the processor, right? Like this is a A15, like I said, and this one obviously doesn't have that. But if you're just really reading books and you don't want any distraction or anything like that, and you just want to concentrate on reading, and you don't want to be tempted by watching, YouTube or doing other stuff, and you don't read a lot of graphic novels and manga or comics on ebook format, I would recommend this too. If you're in Canada, the Kobo, just because in terms of ease of borrowing books from the library. But if you're into Kindle Unlimited, I would recommend the Kindle Paperwhite. So now I'm going to go into talking about Kindle Unlimited and physical books versus ebooks. All right. Okay, I hope that made sense what I was just saying earlier. So now I'm going to talk about whether Kindle Unlimited is worth it, and obviously this is very subjective, right? So I'm going to tell you guys, in the beginning I had a 3-month free membership on KU, and then after that I paid for about 2 months, and then I canceled it, and then literally like I think 2 weeks after I resubscribed again. So I'll let all this to say that I think it is worth it, because with Kindle Unlimited you actually just don't get, I think a lot of people have this idea that KU is mostly just romance and all this, like, books by indie authors, which is true, and you'll find really a lot of good gems in there, like Frida McFadden is really popular, and in terms of romance, you can even find some I think Colleen Hoover is in there, some of her books, and what else, Lauren Asher, all her books are in there, and those are very popular. Like her writing is very popular on BookTube and Book Talk. Ice Planet Barbarians, which by Ruby Dixon, that whole series is in there, which we just discussed on our previous book club meeting. Like a lot of a lot of romance, obviously, and like I said, like mystery thrillers and stuff like that. But what a lot of people don't know is that you can also find classics in there. If you type in Coterie Classics, you will find a list of classics books. Like I just downloaded Wuthering Heights in there, which I actually have the physical book of. but I thought, you know, just in case I feel like rereading it again. Oh my god, I'm trying to get to the cover, and of course that's when my Kindle decided to freeze up, which actually can happen on e-readers a lot. That's another warning. And I find with the iPad mini that doesn't happen too often. But anyways, yeah. So under Coterie Classics, you'll find classical classics books in there, like I said, Wuthering Heights, Dracula, I think Count of Monte Cristo is in there as well. And then also some other stuff like the 2 books by Joan Didion. You know, they're like, if you just, what I actually usually do is if I like a book, I would see first if it's on KU. And then if it's not, I'll check my local library to see if it's available on Libby or Overdrive. And if not, and I really want to read the book, then that's when I'll find it on Kobo or Kindle and see which has the cheapest price. And most of the time, Kindle and Kobo, they have the same prices for books, especially when, you know, they go on sale. I mean, actually, even if they don't go on sale, like just in general, they all have, both sites have the same price on ebooks. So in that sense, you know, you're getting really the same amount. Is that the right word? Anyways, yeah, all this to say, yeah, I think KU is worth it. So and in terms of physical books versus ebooks, I'm gonna be honest, I prefer physical books, and I think most of the books I have, in terms of actually owning it, I would say maybe 80% of my books are still in physical format. But there are obviously advantages to ebooks, right? First of all, if it's a book or it's a new author that you're not sure of, and you just want to see if you'll enjoy the writing of this author, then, you know, it's easy to borrow it from the library, the ebook, and then, you know, check it out and see. That's what actually ended up happening with me with Mo Hader. I borrowed her book first from our library, and then read that book, The Devil of Nanking. I pretty much inhaled that book in about two sittings, yeah. So, and then I love that book so much, I ended up buying the actual physical book. So usually that's a really good advantage of having ebook, is that, you know, it's so easy to get the book instantaneously, you know, because as a reader, right, especially if you hear someone talk about like a book that you seem really like it's something that would really interest you, you can just get it right away, right? You don't have to go to the bookstore or go to the actual library to get the physical book. You can just, you know, it's so easy in that sense. But I do say, I would like to say that I prefer physical books, just because for something like this, like a thick book that I know I'm going to be annotating, and I find I annotate a lot of my books, so physical books is still kind of like the king for that. And also with my favorite authors that, you know, I really want to support, I would get their books right away, like buy the physical book, just because I know I'm going to enjoy it, and also as a support, I show a support for that author. So yeah, but in terms of, you know, reading, the reading experience, I actually find it's the same, right? Reading is reading. So the only thing I don't really like, and I know I'll probably like piss off a lot of people, but I don't really like audiobooks. I don't find it satisfying in terms of just as a reading experience. Although, I mean, even Stephen King, he said he actually goes through a lot of books through audiobooks as well. So, but just personally, I tried to listen to, I think, 2 books, and I just couldn't do it. And for some reason, I know this is so stupid, but in my head I feel like it's almost like cheating. Like, I'm like, that's not really reading, and that's not true, obviously, but that's just my personal opinion. So, but in terms of physical books versus ebooks, personally I prefer physical books, which is kind of ironic because I'm talking about e-readers. But in terms of e-reading, like in terms of reading experience, they're obviously the same, right? So to each his own, in that kind of, you know, in that sense, really there's no wrong or right answer for that one. So just to recap, in terms of the actual e-readers, right? Oh my god, is my thing still frozen? I think my Paperwhite is still frozen. So what I do when that happens is I just kind of press the power button again, and then go to the top, and then that should fix it. Okay, so alright, so in terms of that, the Kindle Paperwhite and my Kobo and the Apple iPad mini. So if you only can pick one, I would suggest the Apple iPad mini. In terms of readability, honestly, I know a lot of people, they're bothered by the glare of the iPad mini. So in that case, don't even, I guess this is not even an option for you. But for me, honestly, the reading experience for this 3 is kind of the same. Even though I read a lot outside, like usually I'm in a shade anyway. So, but if if you're thinking of just between these two, okay, so like I said in the previous section, if you're in Canada, you borrow a lot from the library. The Kobo is a no-brainer just because you're already connected to the system. Right away, you just have to plug in your library card. So the only thing with this is you can only do one library at a time. Like I have two, I have 2 on the Libby, 2 libraries connected on the Libby, the TPL, and then the Japan Foundation. But for the Kobo, I just do the TPL. And then if you read a lot from Kindle Unlimited, and in terms of ease of interface, and you know, just if you want something slightly faster, and it's also a bigger screen than the Kindle Paperwhite. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you're lucky enough to be able to afford the 3, get all of them. Honestly, they're so worth it, right? Like with me, I was lucky enough to get, I didn't really pay for any of this stuff. So this one was gifted to me by my sister-in-law, and this one I got using gift cards. So that's another thing. You can just ask people to give it to you, then you don't have to make a choice, right? Anyways, that is it. I hope this video made sense. But you know, you guys are free to ask me questions. Either me or one of my sisters or sister-in-law will answer, but it'll probably be me. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you so much if you made it this far, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out, guys. Bye.